here we go.
3, 2, you're on.
Okay, we are live. Welcome to OnSet. I am Daniel Norton. This is Marissa. Seth's on the mighty mix. We got Dave in the audience. Woo! All right, to go with our inexpensive camera demo last week, 2 weeks ago, last time we were here, inexpensive lighting. I think I moved it so it's not. So one of the major comments or questions I get throughout the year is people will ask, can I do things with what I have, or what's a less expensive option? You have to take into consideration that when I'm doing these videos for you guys, I'm using my gear. So my gear is my gear. I don't have the exact gear that you have. Some of my gear is more, we'll call it premium. Some not so much. So I like to, at least a couple times a year, come in and try to either borrow equipment or get it so that I can show you guys, that it is definitely possible, and you should work with whatever's in your budget. Don't feel like because you have a lower budget, you can't create excellent images. So we're going to walk through kind of a similar style as we normally do, except I'm going to use this light from Flashpoint. Is that in the shot? It is, right? Did I move it out of the shot?
It's out of the shot.
It's out of the shot. Of course, I did that.
You got to remember on a delay.
Yeah. This is the Explore. It's on the other side. Explore 300 S. S. I don't know. I can't see what's in that little square because I need new glasses. Pro TTL. This is a very small monolight.
It looks like art.
RE. That's why we have Marissa here to read. They taught her how to read, what, in second grade? First grade?
Eyes.
Oh, it's her young eyes, that's what it is, okay. This is a monolight. So monolight meaning that it is a flash that is completely self-contained. Probably to the newer photographers that are watching this, they're probably like, huh? Because monolights became the major type of flash. Most time when you're buying strobes these days, this is what you're gonna get, something like this. Used to be you had these packs on the ground that were like this Apple box with wires coming up, right? What's great about this is I could actually take this little strobe, hold it in my hand, and I have everything I can walk around with it. I have an assistant do it. I could be standing in a puddle. Probably shouldn't do that, but you never know, right? It's very, very tiny. Right? I am really far away, sorry. Well, I have Marissa. So it's really small, right? You've got your flash tube in here, and also what they call a modeling light, which I should be able to figure out how to turn on from the back here. There we go, right? That's an LED. And what that's going to allow us to do, let's say a small flash you have on your camera, is it going to allow us to really see what we're at, right? So if you drop your keys, let's say, and you're like, oh man, I dropped my keys somewhere, and you're like, where are they? Oh. And that's what, why don't they call it a key light? Yeah. Oh, they already use that for something else. All right, so small self-contained flash, very small. If you were wearing like cargo shorts, you could probably put it in your pocket. Do these will fit in my pocket?
If you believe.
Am I going to break the flash before we start? That's giving me a look. All right, not quite in my pocket, but pretty close. That was close. You can put it in your pocket. And all right, I'll stop doing that. All right, so here we go. Let's make some pictures. Right, it's like a speed light demo. And speed light, I usually stick it in my pocket. If I could have put this in my pocket, man, I'm gonna have to wear, maybe if you had like a hoodie, one of those like ones you pull over your head, there's a big pocket in the front, like a kangaroo pouch pocket. Right? Okay, good. Marissa's on board.
You need to go with
All right, kangaroo pouch. I'll wear one next time. It's just always hot in here. This is the hottest studio on the face of the earth.
Yeah, dude.
Yep. My friend Dean used to call this the sauna studio. All right, this light comes with this little thing, which is a reflector. If I just were to fire the flash now, the light will spill everywhere, right? If I want to direct it, put that on. We'll use this in a minute. We got to build up to that, right? This is the easy lock. It's not 25 inches. It's not 26 inches. This is 25 and a half inches. Exactly. I was going to say, at least it's not in metric. It's like, I'd like the 17 centimeter. I have no idea what that means. It's close enough. All right. TTL. through the lens meter. You're going to find that in a lot of strobes now. What that basically means is you're going to use your camera's meter coupled with some kind of a remote, in this case a little radio remote, and it will approximate your exposure and give you what it thinks is correct. We're going to use that to get our base exposure. If we like where it's at, then we'll be like, yeah. If not, then we'll make adjustments. Background. These are the Last Delight collapsible vintage background series. There we go. The vintage part always gets me. All right. This is the remote. It's called R2 Pro, not R2D2. From this, I can turn things on and off, like the modeling light. You can tell I'm obsessed with the modeling light. I just keep turning it on and off. Like, it's like, I want to turn this on. No. All right, so. But what I'm going to do is put it in TTL. So I'm setting my mode in TTL. I can test flash it. Right? All right, let's do it. Oh, yeah, you got A, B, C, D, and E. I don't have enough budget for all that. I just have A. All right, I'm in TTL. First thing, before I do anything else, I'm going to turn this off. It's got a little switch on the side, marked on and off. I'm going to set my exposure so that none of the light in the space will affect my shot. I'm at 100 ISO, which is the lowest one with the normal range of my camera. I am at f8 because somebody said one time, f8 and be there. And I'm at 1/160th of a second. I'm going to make a photo. That's Ouija, I know exactly. I like to make people Google that, but of course Seth already gave it away. All right, so here I am. By the way, I'm using Capture 120. I haven't upgraded to 21 yet. And if you follow my Twitch channel, you will have seen that I made this special shooting menu last week. All right, we're going to go over here. I'm going to grab my exposure slider, and I'm going to drag it over until we see Marissa. Oh, there she is. Perfect. Look at that dynamic range. Well, I can't say dynamic today. All right, so I can see that I am 2-ish stops underexposed. That's perfect. So we know none of this ugly fluorescent light, LED light actually, is affecting our shot. I'm going to turn on my remote. Turns right on. I'm going to frame up a good shot. I'm going to look. I'm going to take the picture. All right, there you go. All right, guys. That was pretty good. I hope you have a good week. I'll see you next week. Ooh, that's sharp. So this is a hard light, right? We know it's a hard light because we can look at these shadows under her eyelashes. We can creating an abrupt line. We can look under her nose here. Nice hard light. It's specular. We can see it reflecting. She's looking all mysterious. But the exposure looks pretty darn good to me. If you did not care for this exposure, let's say you thought it was too bright. What I would typically do is grab my exposure slider, and I would dial it down to, let's say, where I like it. Let's say I like it here. All right, that's about a half a stop less exposure. So I'll get rid of that. I'll go over to my exposure compensation, and I'm going to turn it down, half a stop. I'm just doing it in the camera. We'll take another shot. And there we go, right? By doing that, we can see that makes her turn towards the camera. But now we've got that detail back, right? That's it, right? That's what TTL does. It's not that you're not using a meter. And really, what you're doing is using the meter that's in the camera. And if you want to be able to master TTL, you really just have to get a feel for how the camera sees light, how it reads light, and you'll be able to get, whatever shots you want with it. So let's see, we've just got one light, so let's mess around a little bit. Maybe we don't want to hit Marissa with such a hard light. And because we saved so much money by buying inexpensive lighting, I'm going to walk off the set always. We were able to pick up one of these artisanal reflectors, handcrafted, as seen on TikTok, handcrafted in Brooklyn by Seth. Light, $500. Reflector, $300. All right. I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to go like that. It's totally in the shot. That's okay. And we can see that we've now filled in a bit in our shadows. And we got that. It's still a hard light, but now we're filled in. Let's say we want the light to be softer. How do we make our light softer? We need to make it bigger, right? Daniel, you have a softbox. No, we're not going to use that. I could take this. And see, this is the beauty of TTL, right? I didn't change anything in the camera. The TTL is going to compensate. Whatever I do, you know, to a certain extent, it's going to do its best to give me a proper exposure. So let's say I went like this. I'm like, I'm going to point my light all the way in the opposite direction. I'm going to bounce this. I am doing a small flash demo today. Right? I can do that. There we go. Right? There we go. That makes her look down and open her mouth. There we go. That's what Marissa looks like when she wants some lunch. All right, hold on. Let's try that again. She's like, is that salad? There we go. Right. All right, hold on. I might have missed the focus on that one. All right, here we go. Good. There we go. Now she's being sophisticated. She's like, now it's dinner time, right? So now we've got, again, nice and sharp, pretty, but if we compare that to this, right, we can see hard, punchy, soft, right? And in order to get that soft light, all we have to do is spend an extra $300 on this reflector. Send your money, self-addressed stamp envelope. Now, just because I'm the kind of person that's kind of wild, would you say that I'm wild?
Yeah.
I'm wild.
Look at that belt buckle.
This is my DCC belt buckle. I got this for running 13 games of Dungeon Crawl Classics in 2019. My 2021. What? No, well, I got the 2021 it's on its way. I'll be wearing that later. All right, so I'm going to use the silver side. This is going to be more specular, more punchy. There we go, right? Oh, look at that. A little harder, right? Looks like the TTL had a little bit more trouble getting an even exposure here too because of the nature of the light, right? It's not completely even. So when I'm looking at something like this, I might be like, see how I'm blaming the TTL and not myself for not holding the reflector correctly? Right? Because of the tilt of the reflector, basically I'm bouncing the light, it's more heavy here. But it still did a pretty darn good job, right? Let's.
Exposure compensation in camera using manual will not make any difference. Only change the light output will work. Listen, you know,
Really?
that's what they're asking.
It depends on the system. No. You clearly saw that it made a difference. Oh, I know. You read it somewhere on the internet, so that must be true. You literally saw me do it, and it made a difference. It depends on your system. A lot of times, if you only have one light, I prefer to do it in the camera. You certainly can do it on the, and also, I'm using flash exposure compensation, not just regular exposure compensation. That's important. Because remember, the TTL light is using the flash system of the camera. So any adjustment you make, the difference is that, I'm going to steal this from Seth, copyright Seth. If you make the change in the camera, it's global. So if I have multiple lights, it will change them all, right? If I do it on this controller, it's almost always going to be local. So let's say I had 3 lights and I want to adjust this one. I would definitely just do it on the controller. If I have 3 lights, I like the way everything looks proportionately, but the whole thing's darker light, then I can do it in the camera. If I only have 1 light, right, it doesn't matter. And I only have 1 light, that's my budget. What's my budget, Marissa? 1 light, exactly. All right, there I am with the silver reflector card. But that is a good point. And yeah. You can also go back to the videos, many videos I've done where I do it the other way and people tell me that's wrong. So you can, but clearly you can see that it worked. So check your user manual. I actually kind of like this, right? It's a little bit more even, in a sense, the way the light's flowing, than this guy, which is the direct hard light. You know, there she's kind of mad at me. Here we can see that it's a little bit more even distributed on her face, but it still has a bit of punchiness to it, right? If we look at the shadow. It's just because it's a bigger source, right? It's still punchy and specular, but it's larger because, you know, this is larger than this. Now, hold that for me.
Since you're on a tripod, are
Yep.
you using vibration reduction in the camera? It's probably
Yes. So I'm on a tripod. Am I using vibration reduction? Yeah, I just always leave it on. Sometimes I tell you not to leave it on, but I don't.
Fight the tripod for like long exposures.
Yeah, if it's a super long exposure, I always leave it on because you never know when I'm going to get wild and lift up. Now watch, hold this right here. Right there, okay, ready? Watch this. Now which one's bigger? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Actually, that's kind of proving a point of
That's right.
use modifier, but still make it a hard light.
That's right. That's exactly the point I'm making. I often say it's the size of the source relative to your subject, right? So the closer that is to somebody, the bigger it will be relatively speaking, right? And vice versa. So because Marissa's the same person in both cases, then this is bigger. But it wouldn't be bigger, you know, right? Make sense? Yeah. That's why a lot of times on film sets, right there, they use huge silks because I got to put them far away to light a whole set, and they want the light to be more punchy, or softer rather, so they got to use really big lights so that it doesn't stay. Whew. We're killing it. Are we killing it?
Oh.
We're killing it. We're killing Seth, are you? All right. By the way, this is ink, right? The color of that?
I don't know.
That is a pretty background.
Pretty sure it's ink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't it say in that label right there?
Now, one thing we can do. Actually, let's get the softbox on here first, just because I feel like it. All right, we're going to use this. How big is this again? 25.5 inches. I didn't measure it, but it says it is.
No, I'm
Right, you know, it's approximately. All right, took the reflector off. This has a proprietary. To be honest, it kind of looks like a Bowen's mount, but it's smaller. This is the special mount for this, and there are modifiers like this one that are made just for it. So I can just go like this. And you can put an adapter, obviously, to use a larger size. Yeah.
That might be mini Bowens, I'm not sure.
Mini Bowens.
Might be, it might be. I'm not that.
All right. I'm going to pull this diffusion off. So
How does the depth of the modifier influence the wraparound qualities?
how does the depth of the modifier influence the wraparound quality? Well, I mean, the wraparound quality really has to do with the exterior, like the front of it, how big it is and where you place it, and the edges. The depth is really about kind of how punchy it is. I would say not much. Being shallow is has its benefits, but when you have a deeper box, it tends to throw the light a bit more of a tunnel, so you usually get punchier light. Wraparound, I guess shallow is better. I wouldn't say it makes that big of a difference, though.
Hey, just so you know, your audio's getting a little choppy.
My audio's getting choppy. Chop, chop, choppity, chop, chop. All right. Okay. Now we've got the easy lock. 25.5 inch deep, parabolic. This is parabolic box. It is parabolic. It's basically even and round. This has many, many ribs, thus making it rounder. The rounder it is, the more even the light will be. That's more or less what that means.
Okay, as far as wrap goes, it doesn't matter if it has a diffusion in the front because that will change everything. It's when it doesn't have diffusion that changes how much it spreads. But once the diffusion's in front, it spreads more.
Right. That is 100% true.
Can you say that again because I didn't hear you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the diffusion, okay, so if you're using something like, especially a hard reflector or a parabolic or something like this, if you're using the shape of it, right, to cast the light forward or have more wrap or whatever, that's whatever, deep, shallow, whatever. As soon as you throw a silk on the front, that becomes your source, so then you kind of, that wouldn't matter as much how deep or not it is for the most part. Is that, yeah. That's why I took it off, actually. All right. Plus, I only have one modifier, and good. They pay me by the frame here. I can't just like shoot it. Okay, so we're going to go here. I'm going to feather the light. I could point it right at her, but here we'll feather it. So I'm going to kind of shoot it past her, so the edge of the light is going to come around. This is going to help with the wraparound. Also, Marissa got taller for some reason, so I'll raise my tripod. There we go. Good, good, good. Here we go. And again, I'm still in TTL. I did, by the way, because there was a question about it, I did reset my exposure compensation, and clearly I might need to adjust it again. Yeah, we're a little punchy. We can see by the way I feathered it off though, and now I'm wrapping around, we got no light on the background now, right? So let's just, before I make any adjustments to exposure, I'm just gonna spin this light this way a bit. Because we can feather in both directions, can't we?
Yep, King.
Yo, just let them know if we lose the stream, I'm gonna get it right back.
Okay, if the stream goes down, guys, it'll be right back. We're having little who's what's it issues. Apparently there's a, oh, look at that, Marissa.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Look at you.
2 for the price of 1. Take a bow.
Wow. That's actually really cool.
That's not bad, right?
Because it looks like you have like a hair light.
Yeah, I could sell this as an Instagram filter, but I'll give it to you free right now. Right, so what's happening here is I'm feathering the light behind her, right? So the hot spot's kind of flying back and hitting the center, and you can see how the background is really, here I feathered it to the front, so we're getting more fill in her shadow side. So that's essentially the difference, right? Slight position change of the light. I like it, I like that background like that
That's
though.
impressive for one light.
That's not bad, right?
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Who's master?
Now we might be able to, this is going to require a lot of faith from the audience. No, do your thing. Do your thing, girl. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that's good. So now, got a little bouncy action, right? You can see that cutting right there, a little bit more than it is on this one. You can see it on both of them, but it's really cutting there. It's tricky though, right? When you want to bounce a light in, you need enough of it to hit you. So what we're probably gonna have to do is give you a little bit more. We got this. They paid their 14 cents to watch this video. They watched that Joel Graham's ad. That is the only ad that I get on YouTube. It's very catchy, actually.
Joel Graham?
Joel Graham's, you don't get that one?
No, never.
Oh, it's great. It's a really long ad, too. It's like 2 minutes long. And I watch the whole thing every time. He's so cool.
Third-party version of his.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a good ad. Like, I swear, I'm not joking about it. It's like almost 2 minutes long, and like he talks about his class that he teaches. But that's a great photographer right there. Yeah, there we go.
You're asking why does Marissa have heels on his posture?
Why does she what?
Have heels on for portraits.
Why does she have heels on? Because she wants to have heels
For
on.
you guys.
We need the views somehow, guys. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll tell you why I wear heels. I don't know why Marissa does. You'll have to ask her, but they give me confidence.
Yeah, true. To be taller than Daniel.
Yeah, she likes to be taller than me. That's what it comes down to. That's pretty nice. I'm digging this. Oh yeah, oh right. So let's say that we think this is a little bit too bright. I'll use the exposure compensation on the flash now. You know, because like I said, there's more than one way to do things. Let's see. This just makes me roll my glasses up because I have to see. So I'll click on it. Boop, boop, boop. I'll adjust my little doodad. I'm going to give it 0.7, which is what I did in the camera last time. All right, here we go. No reflector this time. And then we got a little bit darker, right? Yeah. The background got darker too. Well, that's interesting. Maybe it's because she's so reflective. You're so reflective, Marissa.
You're so radiant.
You're radiant.
You're
Now,
radiant. You're practically glowing.
so the other thing that we can do, let's go back to 0 again. Let's get funky here. We're about to get funky. Less than 0. You like Robert Downey Jr., right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, wasn't that what LL Cool J did the theme of that? That was less than 0, right? Going back to Cali, that was. Yeah, right?
Robert Downey Jr. is a drug addict dying in a car.
Exactly, yeah. All right, I'm going to spin it this way. I like it on the background. I like this. I'm digging this box. It's kind of punchy.
Yeah, punchy. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, all right, I like a little bit of blue on the background. So again, I'm making decisions, right? I'm adjusting the position of my light to give me the amount of light on her I want and the amount of light on the background. There's not just one single way to do this. You got to do it the way that feels right for you. I think that's pretty good. I like it a little bit hot, but again, if you thought that that was too bright, you could do the exposure compensation. Now, let's say that I'm going to make, this is it. I like this lighting. I don't want it to be changing. What I can do now is I jump up here to my controller. I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to hold down this button here that says TCM. Now it switches to manual, but it locks in the exposure that I just had, so it won't change. And we should be able to keep shooting. Oh, apparently I should have done it before I did the, all right, we'll try that again. Rewind that part.
Well, you did it and then you moved the light, didn't you?
I don't think so. I think Marissa moved. I'm blaming Marissa. Marissa moved. I saw her. Let's try that again. All right, can't move. Here we go, here we go. All right, so I take the picture. Perfect, don't move. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna press TCM. Okay. Good. Okay. All right, so that's a bit bright. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to dial it down manually now, because now I'm manual, right? So I'm going to drop it down a bit.
Wait, hold on. When you drop the TCM, what's it giving you as an output?
132 plus 7.
30 seconds?
32nd plus 7, so I just dropped it down. Oh, still a little bright. All right, we're going to adjust. And again, I'm in manual, so it's easy enough for me to...
You didn't hit these, did you?
No, TCM.
Okay. All right. That's crazy.
Turner Classic Movies. Yeah. I'm just going to adjust manually now until I get the shot the way I want it. Got to do what you got to do. All right, there we go. Right. Took a couple of frames, but now that we're there, we're pretty close, right? This is the TTL exposure. Oh, no, that's not the TTL exposure. There it is. That's our TTL exposure. This is our regular exposure. Now it's locked in, right? We're manual. So now we can shoot consistently and not have to worry about it changing on us. I could be like, and it's just going to stay the same, right? Every exposure. Whereas if you're in TTL, there's a chance, depending on where she moved, that it might change on you. So that's one of the things, right? People are like, oh, I don't want to shoot TTL for portraits because it might change. Well, what you can do is, once you've got your TTL exposure, just lock that in. If you just went to manual normally, it would just go to a manual setting. So you got to make sure you use that TCM here. And I don't know if it matters, the remote, I know there's two different remotes. It might be, does it matter which remote? Because this is the Pro remote. Or is TCM in all the remotes?
No, TCM is...
It's part of the strobe, right?
No, the lights, it's this remembering the talkback.
Right, so it's the Pro remote that does that. So I think there's like a less expensive remote that maybe doesn't do that. So you got to check that.
There's remotes that don't do it, but it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, well, it happens. All right, let's go back to TTL because I was enjoying that. I enjoy a little TTL on my weekends off. Okay. She's like, it's bright. All right, let's try something.
So they're asking, can you compare removing the top diffusion and combined with grid? So I think, wait, what?
No, removing the top diffusion in a grid, those are two different things. Or do you want to see it with the grid, is what you're asking? Because I do actually have, for the low, low price of $12, whatever this modifier cost, it came with the grid, I believe. I think that's what this is. I'll be embarrassed if it's not. Oh yeah, it's a grid, all right. I'm going to be honest, this modifier is very inexpensive. I was very blown away by how expensive it is. I was like, really? All right, Marissa, this is a grid.
Cool.
You got to stick it on there with the thingy. Yeah, stick it on so it's nice and even. All right, I'm not good at putting grids on.
Wait a second, they left the ends of that from open?
That's just how they go on there.
You're going to leave her to do this by herself?
She can do it. Marissa said she wanted to learn photography.
True.
You're live.
The first rule of photography is that Oh yeah, you did a good job.
Did I?
Good job, Marissa. Let's get a thumbs up
No,
or
you
a...
can't put a grid on either, you know that?
I can't put a grid on.
You know that?
Go ahead and put hearts and stuff in the comments with the, if you like how Marissa puts the grid on there.
I got it. Do it.
You got it?
I got it.
Listen, Marissa had Velcro shoes when she was growing up. Invented by NASA, which I guess isn't actually true. But that's what they told us when they told us to drink Tang. All right, here we go. I'm back in TTL again. I got the grid on there with no diffusion, which is probably going to cast some kind of shadows on her. But no, not really. Oh, yes.
See, I skipped.
See, typically when you put a grid on, it makes them all impressed. She is not impressed by that.
I skipped one.
You put it on inside out. No, it looks good. Why is there a big gap there?
Because yeah.
Oh, it's fine. All right.
Next time.
So let's see what the grid's going to do. I have a very strong feeling that the grid like this is probably doing next to nothing because the light's already very kind of like zhoof because of the silver.
Swing it around and just show them.
All right, yeah. So it didn't appear that it did much at all. Because the thing is, if this was a typical softbox, right, it wasn't one of these like really shallow kind of parabolic like scoops, what might happen if you put the grid on and no diffusion is you might get a little bit more edge control, but I think this is already pretty tight. It's got a pretty tight punch. And that's because of its shape. But let's see.
It's also not a hard deflector dish.
Right, and it's also not a hard deflector dish. It's like a little softy. It's actually a little bit sad looking because I smushed it when I tried to put it in there. It's like, oh yeah. For some reason, it wants you to be bright right now, Marissa. All right, I'm gonna throw some exposure comp in there. I'm doing it in the camera again. See how you can do things multiple ways, guys? I know you probably watched that video that was like 5 ways that you're not doing it right. Yeah, she's definitely confused by that. I probably shouldn't have turned it up though. I'd rather turn it down. What's that? I'm in TTL. I put exposure compensation in, but because I was being a wise guy, I made it more instead of less. So that was my fault. I can't blame the light for that. There we go. I'd like to blame it, but there we go. This is TTL with 2/3 of a stop underexposed in the camera exposure compensation with the grid, but no diffusion. Pointed more or less right at her. Let's do that thing where we feathered it past you to see what it does in the background. This will really test to see what the grid's doing. Good. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So let's roll back up here. I guess this. Huh, interesting. Well, the overall thing's a bit darker. Let me jump up on this one and just adjust it. Try to match them a bit. So the top one is without the grid and the bottom one was with the grid. I'm not sure I see, in this situation, I don't think I see that much of a difference. You know, except for that Marissa's making a better face than the last one. But, you know, I got no control over that. Okay, so let's put the diffusion on. So we're taking the grid off. And remember, kids, okay, remember, kids, that the diffusion, I forget what I was going to say. Oh, that once you already use the diffusion, you can charge for it, right? Even if you stop using it now, Marissa is still going to be charged for this diffusion.
You mean the grid, right?
The grid, rather, yes. Yes. All right, can you put this one in?
I got you.
All right, good. All right, Marissa's going to put the diffusion in there.
I think that's full stop. Yeah, but that's what happens when it's not sewn around. It doesn't have a frame.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a full stop, by the way.
No, I don't think so either.
That's all that came with?
Yep.
It's not a full stop.
Yeah, I think it's not quite as heavy of a diffusion. I'm guessing that this particular modifier is probably targeted. Oh, hold on, it has more. Hold on, I said that, but there's more things in here. Look at the things that are in this bag. Yes, I'm at 70. 70 millimeters is what my camera said at, I believe. Well, 65. Aha!
How hard the reflector plate, huh? But it's gold.
I don't know.
Silver?
Hold on.
Come on, man. Pull around it out there. Once he's done. Oh, there you go. That's a big reflector plate, though, man.
Is that what it is, though?
Yeah, because I think, yeah.
'Cause then what's this?
No, I think this goes in and wraps around to. Yeah. Oh, it didn't pop open.
What the?
What?
Is that an internal diffuser?
It's got Velcro on it, but that is, what shape is that, lemon? What shape is that?
Listen, look at all that you get for the $29 whatever this. This is you get a lot of stuff with this. It's got to be internal. It's too small.
It's internal, but that's huge.
All right, we're gonna have to mess with this in a second, but Marissa just did such a good job there that we'll.
That's how you get the stop and a half. What shape is that? Pringles.
I mean, I have no idea what to do with it.
Yeah,
All right, this is very cool. All right, guys, let's see what this does. We got to point it at it first. All right, here we go. I'm recommending this softbox highly. You get a lot of stuff with it. I guess it only fits on this light, though. Maybe there's another version of it. All right, diffusion. This is the Easy Lock 25.5-inch. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice, actually. Look at that. Look at that circle in her eyes. Yeah, that little bit of diffusion really helped to kind of smooth it. Boy, that background is really good for your eye color.
Oh, thank you.
It's almost like I planned it that way.
nailing it with eye color to these backgrounds.
Yes.
Good model.
Yes, last I must have went on to Adorama, found all the different models we used, and then made backgrounds for them. I twisted it slightly towards the background to get a little bit more punch. Yeah, see, now with the diffusion on there, it's already spreading up so much that, remember before I turned it that little bit and it completely changed the shot. Here it barely changed at all. You can see a little bit, but basically. Now let's put the grid on. This is your second chance.
Okay, got this.
All right, she's got that. Then we got to figure out this. Maybe there's instructions.
No, I figured out what it is.
Oh no, this is a 2-year warranty. That's pretty good. Did you see Karate Kid? What was it, Karate Kid 3?
Yeah, you know we gotta sneak that in there as a fill. You know that, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. These are really like stiff too.
Yeah, the springs are tight.
This is put Marissa to work here. You're doing a good job, Marissa.
Thank you.
What do you think? Silver? Half gold? Full on gold? All right, half gold. Silver and gold.
Yeah, the problem with that though is you can't keep it centered. It always drops. If you're
This?
gonna put it in, because it wraps around, the tension has to be like even, otherwise
Right.
it goes lower, so it's never like an even.
We'll try it.
Yeah.
All right, with the grid, here we go. Good. Oh yeah. That made the background darker by a bit. Boom, there you go. So see, the grid made a much bigger difference with the diffusion, because remember, that's what the grid's doing, right? The diffusion, the light hits it, and it's like, whoosh. So the grid's like, oh no. But the other light was already like, whoosh. Okay, let's try it with the little reflector. Well, I guess that'll be in the shop probably. It's so little.
Do you want me to?
I got it.
You could actually wrap that Velcro on the stand.
That did nothing. Okay, good. Yeah, I think at this point, we got to go back and put this inside. Now I'm very excited. Oh, by the way, I guess we didn't show this. Marissa's job doing the grid, how good of a job she did. If you like how Marissa did the grid, put a smiley face in the, I don't know, can you put stuff in the chat? I'm just saying stuff. Yeah, put a heart. Put a grid in the thing. It's just so satisfying. It's just so satisfying to rip this off.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Let's try this. Where's that Pringle? There it is. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. All right, guys, we're getting full use of this. So, looks to me like, should we go silver? We'll go deflector plate. Man, I gotta tell you, you get a lot for your money here. All right. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Well, yeah, but what's, because where does this go then? Oh, I guess you do one or the other. All right, well, let's go deflector plate. We got this. Oh, there's only two places for it. Oh, no, there's three. Okay. We got this, guys. Trained professional here. All right, now we got the deflector. Let's leave all this other stuff hanging here like a mess.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it looks like a jellyfish.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you know you're cool, because you have that hanging down.
This is abstract art interpreting Daniel's life on a
Wait, I should incorporate into the shot, like.
There you go. New product shots for the. Oh, that's really interesting. Wow. All right. Come into the light again. Huh.
You know, you can just turn the bottom light on and look at it.
I could do that. I already used the modeling light earlier. No, what's interesting here is
It falls off faster.
yeah, it's falling off really fast. Wow.
Yeah, because it took the bite out and it's kind of
Yeah.
wrapped around. Look, it's got like 2 inches to get through that disc.
Yeah.
Nothing but the deep part of it.
Yeah. You're just getting the edge of it. That's super interesting.
It's almost like a strip light at that point.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Wow.
2-for-1 deal right there. Look at that.
That is nice. Should probably focus the next time, though. That usually helps. There we go.
Watching you shoot is like we had a little game. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah. Well, it creates a much more kind of intense circle of light. This is pretty cool. And look at that catch light. Oh, yeah, for you catch light people out there. That's super natural looking.
It shoots like a double strip. Like if
Yeah, it's like a
one
double
battery's
strip.
next to each other.
That's so neat. All right, let's do it all. Oh, no, we got to do the extra diffusion now.
Okay, angle.
All right.
I think the shape is going to connect with the. I mean, it's been in that bag for quite a while. You have any connection? I don't know.
All right.
I don't know anymore. You know what I mean? Like you are.
All right, here we go. We're going to take this out. Yeah, I'm not sure about this thing. I guess it does a little bit so you don't get a hot spot if you don't have anything in there, but I would leave that there. It can't hurt. This here, though, is the extra diffuser. He's trying to jam it in there. I put it in the way I put gels and things. All right, that's good enough. Yeah, that seems about right. Actually, Just using this might be interesting, actually.
Like hyper recessed.
Yeah, right? I like it. I'm down. I am sold on this.
Can't wait till you're not lying.
Here we go. Okay, and once again, wow, everything you do to this kills that spread. It's like, it's really interesting how quickly it drops it.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah, yeah, that becomes the,
yeah,
yeah, so what happens is the diffusion itself is so far back, that's your source, and then it's almost like having barn doors on it, really. Like a round set of barn doors.
it's like having a flag box.
Yeah, flag. It's like a snoot. Oh, but I'll tell you what though, that's kind of nice. It's kind of creamy. So really the secret to this box is to point it completely away from the model. It should be nowhere near the model and you'll get the best shots from it. All right, let's put that back. Just throw it right past her. Yeah, I mean, this is not uncommon though. I mean, feathering the light off, it does really usually help and give you like a nice smooth. But the fact that it's silver inside still gives you that little specularity. Like, look at her skin. It's almost like she did 2 face masks today.
Oh, man.
Okay. Can never do too many face masks. You didn't do that half one this time, though.
The what?
When you came the last time,
Oh,
she had
When I came on the train to
Yes.
visit upstate, I found this face mask and it was like half a face mask and it only went like on just here, so you could fit it under your face mask.
Yeah, it was a face mask that went under your mask.
Train.
Yep.
Nobody knew.
I was like, brilliant.
I need to get more of those. This is great.
So she was wearing a face mask under her mask. That was pretty epic, actually.
Gotta stay luscious.
Yeah. Gotta keep the skin good. I get the same problem. Yeah. It's nice making Marissa do all the work. Any questions? Or people just telling me I'm not doing things right?
Well, you know.
Standard? Okay. Do people like this light? Who likes this light? Put a thumbs up in the...
I mean, I'll tell you this, you got 600 people in the chat.
Yeah, it's a pretty good light, I gotta tell you. That TCM didn't really seem to kick in very well, but otherwise it's been pretty nice. All right, here we go. Okay, this is with double diffused. Okay, looks the same. Oh, and the grid.
Oh, I did, yeah.
And the grid. Okay. So single diffused, no grid, double diffused with the grid. Okay. Definitely charge them for the grid. I mean, no, you can definitely see the difference here. So slightly more closed in, but I'll tell you what, just that single diffuse makes a huge difference. I think that's actually, I mean, if I could only choose one thing, I think I'd take that over the grid. It really did, like, it creates this, like, creamy light, but that still has that, like, really blocked in. Did you break the grid? Did you break the grid?
No.
No? I know I did. All right, let's do a beauty shot. I don't have a beautiful model, but I'll use Marissa.
You can be the model if you want.
Oh yeah? We might have to do that. All right. Let me set that. Well, if we're going to do that, I need side light because I'm a dude. Don't screw it up, Marissa. All right. Go.
Oh, you.
I mean, who's going to be a photographer on the model?
Oh, okay. Redemption.
Do you want me to hold it?
I don't really know what it does, but I'm going to figure it out.
Nice. Oh yeah, I like that. Hold on. Okay.
Well, she got the reflection out of her glasses. The number one question we get,
Yep.
she nailed on the first try.
Give me Spears, Daniel. Give me Vogue. Give me Tyra Banks. Give me Naomi Campbell. Give me Cindy
Oh, Naomi
Crawford.
Campbell.
Ooh, yeah. Work. Wow.
All right. Nice.
Don't let your hair in front of your face like the red girl.
Like the ring girl. That's closer to me. Yeah. I don't know. That or that. I don't know. I'm leaning towards me. I think that, you know. Oh, these are good. Good job, Marissa.
Thanks. Good job, Daniel.
They said you should smile with your eyes.
I am smiling with my eyes. All right. The beauty. All right, let's do a classic butterfly lighting, AKA beauty, AKA the thing that Daniel does every time. All right, step up for 1 second. All right, so as you noticed, because Marissa is a skilled model, she's been looking off to the side the whole time because she's looking at the light. I often say, when I'm photographing women, I usually put the light in the center of their face, and that's because you get this nice even light across the face. So and it keeps it makes the cheekbones come in and everything. So if we want her to look at the camera, though, what we'll have to do is adjust our light so it can be in the center. So, nope. You guys stay out, though? I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. I was explaining. No, I don't want you to drop the light because I only have one. You can drop it after. We'll do a giveaway. Marissa will come to your house and bring you this light if you win the.
Merry Christmas.
Right. She'll show up. It'll be broken, but all right.
You're so mean.
You're still in the negative 0.7 conversation in the camera, but that's not making a total difference.
Yeah, it does because it was blown out before. Yeah, I do have exposure compensation on. I'm not sure if there's been a firmware update or whatever to the. Oh, you did? Okay. All right, perfect. Cool. All right, you step forward. Not too much. Good. All right. Here we go. This is the shot. This is the one. We can feel it. Did you reset everything?
No.
Okay. We'll do it, though. We'll reset. It's a new lighting setup. We're going to reset. Marissa's going to find her inner model. There it is. Shoot it. Bam.
Model.
She looks great. That's pretty perfect. Yeah, look at that. Grid, right? Charge for that. Catch light. Cheekbones. Background. I'm just saying words. All right, looks a little bright. Once again, I'll add some compensation. I'll do it on the control this time for you guys because, you know, I like to mix it up. I'm going to press A, that's the group I'm in, and I'll turn it down 0.7, and then we'll take another shot. What are you looking at?
The light. Looking at the light.
There she is. She's looking at the light. Carol Ann. No. See what she's looking at? She's like, I'm not paying attention. All right. No, you can look towards me. That's it. Boom. Right. See how sophisticated she looks? Yeah. I'm going to give it just a smidge more. So I'm messing with the exposure compensation here a little bit. That was at minus 2/3. I'm going to go minus 1/3. I'm also going to get a little bit more of the top of her head in the shot. Not all of it, because nobody wants to see that. There we go. Now, I don't know. What do you think? Should we do it? Should we spend the extra money and use the Brooklyn Reflector?
$300?
I mean, it goes to a good cause.
No, it doesn't.
The Hungry Sacks of Brooklyn.
I go for a second. You're going to bring it up until you can see it. You're going to drop it. There we go. Look at how luxurious that is.
Let's see the silver.
All right, we're going to do a silver. We're going glam.
I mean, you could rip open the fuse and go super.
I could go super glam. Super glam. leaping over tall buildings. Okay. Silva. Yeah, I don't think it did either. Oh, I see a little bit down there.
Is there a grid on it? Did you put the grid back?
There is, yeah. I think that was too low.
Do a half grid.
All right, we're going to half grid this thing. All right, here we go, guys. It's we're half gridding. Okay. Let's shove that up there. Nobody sees that part. Okay. It's like the back of your hair. Nobody sees that. All right. You know, you just do the front of your hair because nobody, I mean, I guess somebody wants to see the back of your hair. I don't. All right, here we go. We're half gridding. Oop, I lowered the light, so now it's in the shot. Hold on one second. That's white reflector. I'll tell you what, man, this Flashpoint, what's it called? Explorer 300 Pro is a good light.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to shoot Marissa with it right now with the silver reflector. Here we go. Yeah? I don't know. It's doing a good job. Marissa's impressed. She's like, look at that half gridding. You're gritty. Gritty? No? Tried. What do you think? I think that's pretty good. Not bad, right? We got this one light, right, with a couple of different, well, one modifier really, and we're able to get a lot of different effects. It's really, wow, like, these are great. Oh. So,
Great. These are great.
a lot of what you have to consider with any of this stuff is where the light is, right? Where you're going to put your light, how you use it. Oops, that's a little overexposed. How you use the light is going to be super important, right? With one light, you can get a lot of different looks. It's just a matter of considering what you want, placing the light in the right spot, and having Marissa.
And being a baller.
Being a baller. Questions, thoughts, concerns? Nothing. People are quiet today.
No, they have their own conversation.
Ah.
You know, a bunch of egos
Ah.
back and forth.
Oh, they're having their own conversation. Oh, well, that's good. That's cool. What do you think, Marissa? Was it something else you wanted?
No,
You feeling good?
I'm completely satisfied.
That's what you want. You want that. I feel like it'd be nice if there was more light in the background. We could do that, right? By scooping light past her.
That's more my.
All right, let's just do it. All right, I'm going to try something. All right, step out for a second.
You can get a half diffusion.
Yeah, I'm going to pull out, right, I'm going to go over her head. All right, let me just try something. Well, yeah, go jump in. Because who knows, it might be perfect. There you go. Done. See? Bam. That's the shot.
That's the one.
Yeah. You should probably do like a trumpet player.
It all. What I would do is rip it all out of that
Yeah.
thing and jump it into the ceiling and see it just let it wash down.
Oh, no.
The reflector be there.
Oh, no. Oh, that's, oh, I don't know about that. That seems very, that sounds super advanced.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Actually, before we do that, step a little forward, Marissa. I'm just trying to let some of this light rip past her into the background.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would like the background to just
Yeah.
nailed up. Well, I keep hitting it. Sounds like a
There we go. Okay, all right, now let's actually get a good shot. There we go. Let's see. Hold the reflector up. There we go, perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at this for a second. Now, I wasn't going to show you guys this technique because it's pretty advanced. Plus, I just made it up. Right? let's take a look here. Did we do it, Joe? Probably. I think, which one was the one before that? It's right here, right? Okay. All right, we've got 3 shots here. Full grid in the first one, right here. Shadow, can't get any reflector in there because the grid's condensing the light down, right? Here, using the patented Seth Miranda half grid, no grid across the bottom. More light spills down, bounces up, whoosh, fills it in, right? Now, newly patented by me right now, half grid, half bare. I don't know what to call this one. I'm not good with names.
Wait, what are you doing?
Look at it. Look at that.
This is pretty crazy.
What? Nobody has ever done this before.
Yeah, you would do the
You
same
should
thing.
sell like the little.
You would do the same thing with like flagging and diffusing. You know that.
Yeah, I would, but this is this.
Let's try ripping the ceiling. Let's do it.
Look at that. Look at that, people.
Hold on.
Look at that.
Let them look at your glory.
Let me explain
Oh, it's a 1/3.
the beauty of this.
This is the damnedest half.
1/3 diffused light. 1/3 diffused light with grid. 1/3 bare. That's not bad, right, Dave? Right? Well, I still have the inner baffle. So it's not bare, it's the inner baffle. What that gives us is beautiful, punchy light on her with contrast, enough fill to bring in so she doesn't have any dark shadow under her chin, and some light hits that background, because honestly, the background I think is, awesome. I love these backgrounds. Also, see, I did the C-stand wrong and it almost fell on my head and nobody said anything. All right. All right, Seth. I haven't hit Mercer in a long time with the light. All right.
At least on.
Because it's softbox. If you're going to hit somebody with the light, all right, what are you suggesting?
Let's rip it open, use it as a giant reflector, kick it into the ceiling, have her hold the reflector so it's a giant wash.
Okay. Let's do it.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, careful with that grid. The grid is nice. It's not sewn at the edges, so it's a little bit, probably a little more fragile, guys, so be careful with this. All right.
You're going to have to rip though. It's going to be a lot of power.
I got power. I got so much power. All right, Marissa.
Hold on. Oh, you know what? I'm going to sneak it this way. All right. I guess you could TTL it.
That's what I'm going to do. Let's say you're at your kid's birthday party. And you got to shoot. But you're like, I don't know. I got to fill the whole space with light. But I only have my 125 and 1/2 inch easy lock, deep, parabolic softbox. What can I do? They're over here in the ball pit or whatever they're doing. Did you have a ball pit at your birthday parties,
I
Marissa?
wish.
Oh yeah, look at you. That's pretty much what it looks like. Wow, that's hard. Is the hard edge hitting?
Go.
Oh, the not silver side?
No, because she used the silver on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
For harder light.
Yeah. That's what Marissa actually looks like. There we go. I'm using the rule of thirds. Oh yeah, look at you serving something on that tray. I feel like there's some hard light hitting her, because look at the,
There's a lot of hard light in there.
yeah.
It's really close to the ceiling.
Drop it low.
Watch this. Yeah, we should do this. Just right out of frame.
There it is.
Try it. I just gotta see this. I gotta see this.
This is how we do it. Because why not just point the light at her? That'd be way too easy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but look at that background, man.
Yeah,
It actually worked.
of course it did. So that's what he's doing. Look at that. Okay, guys, so why did that work?
Like the sun.
Right? Exactly, it's just like the sun. You've got all this light coming down, right? And when the light's coming down directly above, we're going to get shadow directly down. Now, sure, you can use fill and kick it in, But the fill's never going to be brighter than your upper light, right? So it's still going to be shadow there. But by taking that piece of diffusion like Seth did, he actually changes the light from being directly coming straight down. He changes the angle of it by producing that piece of silk. That was very clever of you.
Let's do one where she's not squinting so much. I just want to see if it's getting in her eyes.
All right, she's gonna not squint, hopefully. I mean, I can't guarantee what Marissa's gonna do, but you gotta lower that a little bit. There you go. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Look at you, Marissa.
That's clean, man.
Oh. Wow, one of your eyes is bigger than the other, huh?
Really?
Yeah, you're like a freak.
Which eye?
Oh no, it's probably just that. Yeah, that's actually makes the background look beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's even. It makes
Yeah.
it more even.
Yeah, let's get that in there and yeah, lower that reflector a little bit, Marissa. Oh, actually, let's do this. This is another patented Seth Miranda technique. Can I do it?
So you're going to go
Silver?
No, I'm going to do a reflection of her.
Oh, you. Okay.
Just lower your fingers. Yeah, I got it. Okay, here we go. Bam. That's right.
That doesn't look good.
Well, I know, but it's like. I didn't say it was going to look
Doesn't
good.
look good.
I didn't say it was going to look good. I just said I was going to do a reflection. Did I say it was going to look good?
You want to end it on that? That's where you want to end it.
No,
That's the
no.
Shot. That's the shot.
No,
to
no,
end it on.
I don't. I was just saying. I didn't say it was going to look good, did I? All right, let's get this. Here we go. This is the one. We're lighting the space. We're lighting Marissa. We're lighting up your life with these demos. Here we go. Get one more. Big eyes. There we go. There she is. No, you definitely got to keep your eyes up though, because otherwise we get no. Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna, no matter what, because the light's coming from above, you're not going to get the brightness in your eyes unless you look up. And people like that brightness in your eyes. They like some brightness in your eyes, Marissa. Oh, we got to get one more. There we go. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Lower the reflector. Lower the reflector. Lower the reflector.
Oh, oh.
Okay, here we go. Why are your eyes so wide like that? Did you see something scary? What's going on? Oh, reflector's too high. Reflector's too high. Reflector's too high.
She doesn't listen to you. Don't
No.
you get that yet? It's okay.
Why are your eyes so big? Just be like,
Just be like, what?
you know, like, yeah, but with your chin up though. There we go. Yeah. She had to smize, whatever they call. That's Marissa looking like, is that the last bag of Cheetos? Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Good idea, Seth. So there you go, guys. You can actually, that background just looks crazy. I love the way it looks. It's like so. You can do a lot with one light, right? This is one example, right? This is a pretty popular light by Flashpoint, which you can buy from Adorama. Follow the link below. Actually, there's a link. You got the TTL, right, which is great for setting up. You can switch it to manual. You've got a decent amount of power. I'm guessing it's 300 watts because it's called 300, which is good for this kind of stuff, right? You can see that we're basically lighting this whole room up with the one light. We're currently at, I don't know what we're at. Let me check. Now, if I go TCM, I should be able to know what power we're at, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to hold down TC. Oh, I'm going to go like this. Oh, nope, that's B. A, mode, A. Okay. No, well, I got to redo it. All right, I'm going to redo it. All right, here we go. A, TTL. All right, here we go. Seth's got it down. Here we go. 1, 2, boom. Now, hold down TCM. Full power. So with this one light, with this one light, we're able to get this space lit up. Not bad. You can do a small group like this. Remember, too, I'm shooting at f8. Marissa looks a little concerned. She's like, I'm so concerned. But not too bad, right? If you want to take one step down from something like this, you could go to like a small flash, like on-camera flash. That might be even less expensive. But remember that at a certain point, you're going to be struggling with power. You can definitely put more ISO into your camera if you need to. But if you're not in a very dark space, you might have trouble overpowering it. So that could be an issue.
You have to open it all the way. If they want to do it at speed like that, to open
Yeah, exactly, right. If they were going to use a speed light, they'd have to probably open up and shoot like 2.8 or something, right? So this is kind of what you're looking for. As you're building up your kit, again, whatever your budget is, get what's there, but always think about what would be the constraints, and work within what you have until you can keep adding to it to get better and better, and keep building your kit. And next thing you know, you got more lights than you can shake a stick at, as they say. You like that? Shake a stick at. We'll be back next week with some kind of a demo. It'll be the last one of the year, I believe. So, yeah, guys, I hope you're all doing well. Go ahead, and if you have questions, you can leave them below, and I will do my best to answer them. Marissa is marissa.roper. You can follow her where popular people are followed. I'm Daniel Norton, photographer. The police are coming. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, Seth and Dave.